Okay, this next set of videos that we have are for Algebra Chapter 3, Section 5. It's just one more layer than what we've been working with. We're going to solve inequalities that contain a variable on each side of the equation. So here's what this looks like. Notice that what it's saying here is that y is our variable, and there's a y that's on the left-hand side, and there's a y on the right-hand side. Okay, those are like terms. We got to get them together. Okay, so there's a couple of different strategies that you can do to solve this easily. So for example, I could take this y, subtract it on this side, subtract it on this side, and then bring this 18 to the other side. And then whatever's left in front of this y, I would divide that by both sides. Okay, it's one strategy. It will absolutely work, but it takes 3 steps. I want to do things, smart. I don't want to have to work hard. I just want to work smart. So what I'm going to choose to do is I'm going to choose to subtract 4y on both sides. I know it will cancel these out on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, remember, there's a 1 that's in front of there that is not written. So I'm left with negative 3y is less than or equal to 18. Okay, that was one step. The second step is going to be to divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. I hope in your head you're saying, wait a minute, I'm dividing both sides by negative, so something's going to happen with my sign. We're going to get y. We have to reverse our sign, and we're left with a negative 6. Done deal. Easy. It only took 2 steps. Here's the next one. So this one, we have variables on each side that are like that we need to combine, and also the +1 and the -6 are also like terms that we need to combine. Okay, here's another strategy. Again, looking ahead to see what we have to do. On the left-hand side, I have positive 5t. On the right-hand side, I have negative 2t. Okay, for me, I can think ahead and I'm going to say, all right, look, if I brought this 5 over here, I'm going to be minusing 5 on both sides. Minusing 5t, minusing 5t. Okay, when I combine those, I'll get a very big negative. See, I would not choose to do it that way. I like to keep my variable positive. So I'm going to choose to add 2t to both sides. These will cancel out. And I'm left with 7t plus 1 is less than negative 6. Okay, some people will choose to do both this and also move the 1 at the same time. Sure, you can. But I would say take the small steps because you'll ensure your accuracy. Okay, so then the next spot here is that we need to subtract 1 on both sides. These will cancel out. So we're left with 7t is less than negative 7. Finish it up by dividing both sides by 7. And we have t is less than negative 1. Okay, looking ahead, I want you to just take a look at the question and then figure out, okay, what are the steps that are going to be involved? One thing that I see is that here I'm going to have to use the distributive property. Okay, on the right-hand side, I see that I have 2 things that can be simplified before I do a lot of other work. So let's use the distributive property and take care of combining those like terms. Okay, multiply both of those. I have 2k minus 6 is less than 6 plus 3k minus 3. Okay, remember, so we're going to combine these two. Grab the sign that is in front of the term. So I have 6 positives and I have 3 negatives. It's going to leave me with 3 positives. Still have that plus 3k and the rest of this over on the left-hand side. Okay, look at the choices. I can either bring this 2k over to this side, so subtract 2k, and I'll be left, my variable will be left positive, or I could minus 3k and minus 3k, and then I would have a negative variable. It's your choice. I choose to keep this variable positive, so I'm going to subtract 2k on both sides. These will cancel out. And I'm left with negative 6 is greater than 3 plus 1k. Or you could just write k. Still have a couple more steps to solve this. Need to bring this 3 over to the other side. Minus 3, minus 3. These 3's will cancel out. I have negative 6, and then I have 3 more negatives. So it's going to give me a total of 9 negatives is greater than 1k. There we go. Done deal. Okay, last one. Look ahead. What do we need to do? I see that we have distributed property or rainbow math on both sides. Going to use the distributed property for these two and the distributed property for these two. Looks like 10 minus 5r is greater than or equal to 3r minus 6. All right, so if I take this 3r and bring it to the other side, I would add 3r and add 3r. It would give me a positive variable. So I'm going to make that choice, and I'm going to do that. So add 5r to both sides. This, on the left-hand side, they cancel out. On the right-hand side, they get combined. Okay, I need to get rid of my 6. I need to bring it to the other side. So I will add 6 to both sides. These will cancel out, and I'm left with 16 is greater than and equal to 8r. Last step, you should recognize we need to divide both sides by 8. So 2 is greater than equal to r.